This is a board I produced for a floor speech last month. So I think I did this in December. Anyone that's really smart, that's able to read really small type, can you catch the mistake? We were basically saying, hey, we're going to head towards a deficit that, the deficit, all discretionary, military included, is 1.7 trillion. And then you add up everything else with it, and we're going to have to borrow this wedge. Well, if I tell you right now that our prediction is somewhere around $2.6 trillion to $3 trillion of borrowing, if our budget that we get to vote on, remember, all this over here, as a member of Congress, you don't vote on. It's Medicare, it's Medicaid, it's Indian Health Service. It's the things that are on, actually Indian Health Services is actually an appropriated item. It's the things that are on formula. So it's the vast majority of our spending are on autopilot. Process this. Every dime a member of Congress votes on is borrowed. Plus, congratulations, it looks like every dime we vote on is borrowed, plus another $1 trillion. So let's just assign it to something. $1 trillion of Medicare is going to be borrowed, and then we don't vote on it. So next time you have someone say, well, just balance the budget, we're going to balance it right away, you can wipe out every dime in the military. You can wipe out every dime of what you think is this government. So there's no State Department, there's no Supreme Court, there's no Congress. Maybe we'd be better off. But there's nothing. It's all gone. You still got to borrow another $1 trillion just to cover the mandatory, what we call the earned entitlements. The wheels have come off. And we'll do everything we can to avoid telling you the truth. And CBO, to their credit, basically a couple weeks ago got up and said, hey, we screwed up. We were telling you we're going to borrow $1.6 trillion, $1 trillion, maybe $800 billion on the outlier. But it turns out tax receipts came in $477 billion lower is what we're projecting. And it turns out that outlays, mostly healthcare costs, outlays are up 9%, $564 billion. Add that together, that's another $1.041 trillion on top of the projection we were given as we entered this new fiscal year. How many members have you heard come behind these microphones and even tell you the truth or where the math is at? Because we don't want to talk about it. It terrifies us. It's hard to get in front of your audience that, you go back home to your district and say, hey guys, you remember that whole budget thing? Remember when I used to get up in front of you and say we can cut this? Or if you're a Democrat, we're going to raise these taxes over here and everything will be fine. None of that's true.
Please watch out for this. State officials have just issued an important warning regarding SNAP benefits. This could affect millions of households' monthly benefit payouts this month, and several states have confirmed that they are working with the federal government to solve this issue as soon as possible. My dearest friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also know that every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, please make sure that you click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. According to Newsweek, state authorities have been warned by the United States government that they must ensure the timely delivery of SNAP benefits. This comes after delays in processing have been reported across the country. The United States Department of Agriculture confirmed in a press release issued that it's concerned over state administration of SNAP benefits. Agriculture Secretary Tam Vilsack wrote the letter to underline the situation and encourage immediate state actions to improve. SNAP benefits are funded by the federal government, but distributed at the state level, and in some areas by county authorities. Recent reporting by Newsweek found that some states are leaving SNAP recipients waiting months on end for a decision regarding their applications, leaving millions of America's most vulnerable people without access to adequate groceries. Tom Vilsack said in a press release, SNAP serves as our nation's foundational safety net, a crucial resource for the well-being of low-income families, older adults, and individuals with disabilities. States must deliver benefits in the right amounts to the right individuals in the required periods of time. The only states that have not received Vilsack's letter are Alabama, Idaho, South Dakota, Wisconsin, Wyoming, and Vermont. All other U.S. states have received correspondence from the USDA. The letter assures state leaders that the USDA is ready to work with you to ensure that those in need of nutrition assistance receive timely and accurate benefits. States have also been urged to make investments in systems and staffing to improve efficiency, provide excellent customer service, and meet federal standards. Decisions on whether to issue SNAP benefits must be made within 30 days, and this is according to the federal law. Some recipients have waited in excess of 60 days for their decision to come through. Some Tennessee residents told Newsweek that they have been waiting over 6 months for vital assistance. The issue has been put down to a new system for applications that was introduced in summer of 2023. Several counties in Colorado have also experienced delays in SNAP issuance, with one county processing just a quarter of applications within the federally mandated time limit. In Florida, glitches in a newly implemented portal have caused SNAP recipients to lose all or part of the recertification applications. Also, friends, according to the Associated Press, Americans are very eager for the Federal Reserve to reduce interest rates and ease a burden on borrowers. But despite expectations of rate cuts due to inflation reaching the Fed's target of 2%, several central bank officials are cautious, fearing that cutting rates early might lead to a resurgence of inflation. Most Fed policymakers are optimistic that as the economy grows, inflation pressures will continue to cool. However, they also acknowledge the risk of a sudden spike in price increases if rates are cut too soon. The concern is that if rates are lowered and inflation accelerates, the Fed may have to raise rates again, creating uncertainty and potential economic volatility. Some officials prefer to wait and observe if inflation continues to subside, pointing out the current strength of the U.S. economy, as reflected in recent hiring bursts and a stable unemployment rate. The cautious approach, while avoiding hasty decisions, raising questions about the effectiveness of the 11 rate hikes implemented so far. The potential downside of prolonged high borrowing rates includes a risk of companies and consumers reducing borrowing and spending, potentially weakening the economy and leading to a recession. Additionally, banks with bad commercial real estate loans may face challenges refinancing at higher rates. And for many car dealerships, high interest rates have become a hurdle, impacting customers' ability to afford used and new vehicles. The hope is that if interest rates decrease, car sales will pick up. Economists expect the Fed to start reducing its benchmark rate by May or June. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts on this? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Dearest friends, thank you so much for being part of this community. Every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. Please make sure that you click and like several of my videos and comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed weekend.